funding partner webinar. Firstly, to make sure everyone can hear me and see my screen, please click 1 in the chat box provided. Okay, Mark, thank you. John, great, thank you. Anybody else? Thank you. Yes. That's great. Thank you very much. Okay, so welcome to the Arrowcars Funding Partner webinar. Firstly, we'll start off with an introduction. A little bit about myself. That's me. My name's Jeremy Harris. I'm the owner and CEO of Arrowcars SL. I've been married to Beverly for 22 years and we've got one daughter. In my spare time, I've got quite an unusual hobby. When I've got the time, I like nothing more than trying to master my unicycle by descending hills, rocky drops and mountains. That's me just about to ride down Tivoli Mountain in Benalmádena on the Costa del Sol. In June 2016, I rode my unicycle all the way down from Mount Snowdon to raise money for the Planet Water Foundation. That's me on the way down. But a little bit more about the company. You may have heard of us. Arrowcars SL is a Malaga-based car rental company that's been established for 13 years. We specialise in long-term car rental. It's a niche market in which Arrowcars has become the market leader. Our services are designed for anybody who wants the long-term use of a car as opposed to conventionally purchasing or leasing a vehicle in Spain. Our customers include business users, employees on temporary employment contracts and people living in Spain for extended periods but not permanently. None of these customers want the costs or hassle of owning their own vehicle. Our services are in high demand. Because of this, our vehicles are on the road earning us money for 95% of the year. We make the asset sweat. We currently have a fleet of around 80 vehicles, but demand outstrips supply. And therefore, during 2016 and 2017, we're going to be franchising the business throughout all of Spain. But this is what we're here for, savings investments. Where did it all go wrong? Well, years of extremely low interest rates mean income from this man's savings have all but dried up. Even though her income has fallen, the cost of living continues to rise. All the indications point towards this situation remaining the same for years to come. The ECB back in the springtime reduced interest rates further to 0.0%, and now the UK's voted to leave Europe. There's even more uncertainty, which probably means that savers are going to suffer further. And yet they're not the only ones to suffer. Companies are being damaged by the banks. The banks are very reluctant to lend. Since 2008, the situation has improved. But the products they provide simply don't suit company growth. Believe it or not, lending rates for companies can be as high as 20% per annum. And these factors, when combined with monthly capital repayments, mean even successful companies with high customer demand still find it difficult to grow. Well, it got me thinking, and I've come up with a fantastic solution that suits both savers and Arrowcars perfectly. And I've called it Arrowcars Funding Partners. And we make the money work for you, not the banks. Put simply, we believe this is an ideal investment opportunity for people earning a pittance on their savings, but who are also risk adverse. Arrowcars Funding Partners provides generous market leading returns with a very low investment amount and with confidence inspiring security. So what do we mean by generous returns? Well, Arrowcars pays market leading returns to its funding partners. We know the banks charge companies up to 20% interest paid monthly. Add to this the capital repayments, again paid monthly. The result? Very low company profits. And low profitability equals snail-paced company growth. But alternatively, we pay our funding partners a very generous interest rate for every 3 months. And we repay their capital in full after 24 or 36 months. The result? Much higher profits. Higher profitability equals rocket-powered company growth. and we share this higher profitability with you, the funding partner. And because of this, Arrowcard's funding partners enjoy up to an 11% annual return on their investments. It's great news. So how much do you need to invest to earn this impressive return? Well, less than you might think. The Arrowcard's funding partner opportunity allows you to dip your toe and test the water. A funding partner invests in units. One unit equals €7,500. A funding partner can take 1, 2 or more units. It's entirely up to you. When the time's right, a partner can take another unit and so on, whatever feels comfortable. You can take a conservative approach when adding the Arrowcard's funding partner opportunity to your investment portfolio. So you will earn a great return, absolutely. And you can begin with a very small investment amount. Of course you can. But is your money safe? Well, we call it confidence-inspiring security. And this is the most important part of this presentation. Great returns and low investment amounts mean little if you're not happy with the security of this opportunity. Therefore, we've taken every step to ensure our funding partners can invest in Arrowcars completely confident that their investment is as secure as it's profitable. And the security we offer is threefold. 1. Asset-backed security. Your investment is secured by company assets. 2. A legally binding agreement. Our agreement is recorded with the Malaga Ministry of Justice. And 3. Escrow peace of mind. Your funds are held in an escrow account. An escrow is a financial instrument held by a third party on behalf of the other two parties in a transaction. Funds are held by the escrow service until it receives the appropriate instructions or until certain obligations have been fulfilled. So what does this mean? Asset-backed security. Each funding partner's funds is used to purchase a vehicle for us to hire to our customer. The funding partner has a legally binding lien on that vehicle and any other asset owned by the company. We both sign an agreement confirming our obligations to you. The agreement legally confirms that if we default on our obligations, you have first claim on the Arrowcars vehicles and other assets up to the value of your investment. So essentially, if we don't pay the interest amounts we are obliged to pay to you, and we don't repay your initial capital, you get a lien on that asset, on that vehicle. The vehicle is impounded and sold at public auction, and you receive the proceeds from that auction. If the vehicle doesn't raise the amount required to repay your investment in full, you get the lien on other assets within the company, which are also sold at auction to repay your investment. And it's a legally binding agreement. To reinforce the security of your investment, we both sign a second document, which is produced by the Spanish Ministry of Justice, who register your claim on the company assets. The Ministry of Justice is part of the Spanish government and whose competencies include executing government policies regarding criminal and civil law, assisting in the organisation of the administration of justice, and obtaining international legal cooperation. The document they provide to us is in triplicate. You have a copy, we have a copy, and the Ministry of Justice hold the third copy. Therefore, if you or I lose either of our copies, there's a third copy always held with the Ministry of Justice for reference should we need to at any time in the future. An escrow peace of mind. When you decide to become a funding partner and our agreement has been signed, you transfer your funds to an escrow account maintained by an independent lawyer. Only when we purchased a vehicle and provided both the independent lawyer and yourself with an invoice for that vehicle will your funds be released. The lawyer will transfer the funds directly to the vehicle seller. And what this means is your funds never actually enter the Arrowcars account. We can't spend your money. So how does it work? Well, the funding partner chooses how many units to invest in and if they prefer a 24 or a 36-month return. Upon transfer of your funds to the secure escrow account, we purchase one vehicle with each investment unit. Arrow Cars hires the vehicles purchased to the public. The funding partner receives either an 11% or an 8% annual return paid quarterly. 8% if you choose a 24-month contract term, or 11% if you choose to lock your money in for the full 36 months. At the final month of the agreement, we return the full €7,500 per unit to the funding partner. So how can we offer such a great return? Well, we've been doing this a long time. Our proven business model generates an annual return of 59% per vehicle. Deduct our funding partner's profit, either 8% or 11% annual return, and we still earn a very healthy 51% or 48% gross return. So what does this mean in numbers? Well, the gross income per vehicle over 24 months is €8,856. Over 36 months, we earn €13,284. Less the fixed cost of the vehicle, these are the costs that we incur actually owning and running that vehicle. Over 24 months, the costs are €1,488. Over 36 months, the costs are €2,232. Less your interest, this is the amount we pay directly to you for becoming a funding partner. Over 24 months, you earn €1,200 in interest. Over 36 months, you earn quite substantially more, €2,475. Less repayment of your capital, €7,500 in both cases, plus the resale of the vehicle. Now, after 24 months, we estimate the vehicle is going to be worth about €6,500. After 36 months, it'll be worth a little bit less at €4,500. The remainder, after 24 months, after all of our costs, all of our expenses, and the resale of the vehicle, is €5,158 per unit per vehicle, or after 36 months, it's €5,577 per unit. So the numbers add up. But remember, this doesn't take into account reinvestment. From profits, we constantly increase fleet size. More vehicles equal more turnover, which equal more assets and equal more profit. And remember, higher profits equal rocket-powered company growth. And this is why Arrow Cars Funding Partners works. The more assets we buy from profits, the more profits we make. It means your investment within the company is even more secure because your investment is secured with assets. So your returns in numbers. 1 unit, duration 24 months or 36 months, depending on which contract, on which agreement you decide. The investment amount, remember, per unit is €7,500. Quarterly interest paid directly to you, €150 for 24-month contract, that's every quarter. If you choose a 36-month option, it's €206.25 paid directly to you every quarter. Total interest paid over 24 months is €1,200, or over 36 months it's €2,475. Total return, including repayment of your capital, is €8,700 for 24 months, or for 36 months it's €10,245. As an example, for 2 units, the investment amount has doubled, it's €15,000 for 2 units. Quarterly interest paid for 24 months is €300 every quarter, or for 36 months it's €412.50. Total interest paid is €2,400, or for 36 months it's nearly €5,000 interest at €4,950. Total return, 24 months, is €17,400, and for 36 months is €19,950. So is it complicated to become a funding partner? Well, actually no, it's very simple. We both sign the investment agreement and the document from the Ministry of Justice. Your funds are transferred to the secure escrow account until a vehicle is purchased. 3 months after your funds are received, the first of 12 quarterly interest payments are paid directly to you. Once purchased, we provide you with the vehicle's details. At this stage, the documents confirming your lien on this vehicle and other company assets are presented to the Ministry of Justice in Malaga. We present the escrow account holder a purchase invoice for the vehicle. Your funds are then transferred to the vehicle supplier. Remember, your funds never enter the Arrow Cars bank account. At month 24 or 36, the company pays the final quarterly interest payment and refunds your investment in full. So in summary, this funding partner opportunity offers great returns and high security for a very low investment. Our funding partners enjoy the returns on their savings they always expected, and we can reinvest profits, buy more vehicles and grow our company. Together, we can reverse the problems the banks have created for all of us. So finally, for 2016, we're seeking investment for 25 units only. Once all 25 units, 25 vehicles are allocated, this opportunity will finish. If you wish to proceed and profit straight away, you'll benefit from an additional 1% return as a bonus, so either 9% or 12%. All you need to do is go to www.invest.arrowcars.es after the following question and answer session and register to become an Arrow Cars funding partner. If, however, you've got a few more questions and you want to discuss with me, I'm happy to talk on a one-to-one basis with you after the question and answer session and any time in the future. Either way, let's fix the problems the banks have created for all of us. Act now, and we can begin to profit. Okay, any questions? Thank you. Okay, so we have some questions. How many units are available from Mark? There's 25 units available, although 4 have already gone. So there'll be 25 in total. I've got a question from Roscoe Brown. How long has this scheme been going? Well, we're actually just launching the scheme. We started test marketing back in about January. We put the idea around after refining the securities and the process, and 4 units went pretty quickly. Okay, any more questions? Okay, anybody else? Right. Have investors received payments yet? Yes. In fact, our first funding partner who came on board with 2 units, they received their first quarterly interest payment, and we're so happy they've taken two further units. So they're up to 4 units. They're our 4 unit investors. Can 2 people join to buy 1 unit? That's the first person to ask that question. I guess you could, yes. There's no reason why 2 people couldn't be on the agreement for 1 investment unit. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Any more questions? Okay. John asks, are the contracts in English or Spanish? They're bilingual. They're in both English and Spanish. So obviously that's no problem. And we're more than happy for you to have a sample contract and show a lawyer or show anybody you wish to get some outside advice. Are we done? Like I say, anyone who's got any more questions, they type into the boxes. I'm happy to contact you. You can contact me after. We can go through anything on a one-to-one basis. No problem at all. My phone number, I've got a Spanish mobile phone. It's 0034 618 454 968. That's 0034 618 454 968. You can have the office number if you wish, but it'll be answered by the staff. So you're probably better off just calling me. You can contact me by email. My email is jeremy.harris@arrowcars.es. That's jeremy.harris@arrowcars.es. That's my personal email. Okay, I think we can wrap up there. As I say, anybody wants to contact me, please do. Happy to discuss it further. Thank you very much.